Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2024 with the London Greens. Today we continue on where we left off from last time, having just lost to Kodak, our first loss in a very, very long time. It goes all the way back to a cup game against Dorking in September since we last lost a match, and that game against Kodak we did unfortunately lose it, but we're up against Windsor next and then Acton, Ealing, Whistlers after that. So only 2 games in this episode, and then it will be the end of February 2040, which is a ridiculous thing to say, to be honest. But we are going to pick the team, and there are a couple of players on heavy, so they are going to need a bit of a rest. Considering there's another game coming up in not very long at all. Ricky May can go in and striker. That makes sense. Although Leterrier playing should probably just be a pressing forward as well. That allows me to bring in Jones onto the bench. McKay been promised match time, so keeping him on the bench is probably actually going to annoy him a little bit, but we need to do it. Melbourne goes in on medium, and I guess Togwell, maybe Kennedy. Actually, Kennedy's got slightly better numbers. So kind of yeah. Okay, that's that. The back four is probably good to stay the same. In fact, no, it's probably not a bad idea to rotate a little bit. Terrace wants game time, so let's rotate Kolodinsky in for Bambrook. That's still a positive group there. Let's go with McElhenney, left back. He doesn't get that many games, so let's give him a go. Give him an opportunity to go out there, have a bit of a run out there. We'll see what we kind of need to do for the game in only a couple of days' time, because we don't have a lot of rotation. Sorry, we don't have as in rest time between this game and the next game. It does the games do seem to come thick and fast. But we are looking good at the top of the pile, and if we can manage to get ourselves another win, we can take 4 points from today's episode. I don't know, maybe that will be enough to confirm a playoff spot. I don't think it's ever. I think it's gonna be a while before we can confirm the actual winning of the title. I think it'll be, oh my word, that's really good. That's really good play. They've just gone, like, every time someone got the ball here, it felt like the defender got sucked in and then the pass went out, and the defender got sucked in and the pass went out again, all the way to the right wing. And that's really good for Windsor. That's exactly what they needed. Look at that. They go to 48. They jump all the way into 4th. Not good for us. So we've got possession. I'm going to go a little bit more direct and say, use that ball. Use what you've got. Take more shots on, which they are doing. We've still got the possession. The XG is on the way up. We're taking shots, but we are 1-0 down. And possession's actually taken a hit, maybe because of that. Maybe let's be disciplined for a bit. Really try and hold on to the ball. Got to deal with your headers there, Boulay. Got to deal with your headers. Okay. Two 0 down. Let's take a look at the action areas. What's happening here? What's happening out here? How far back Chadwick is being pushed. Okay, I've brought Le Terrier back. Chadwick with the throw. Kolodinsky back to Chadwick into Boulay. Boulay to Terrace. Terrace shoots it in. Wow, okay. That's not where I was expecting us to get our goal that might just bring us back into this, but it comes from our left-sided centre-back. It's an absolute rocket, and it does make it 2-1. It really is a good finish. I'm very happy with that. It's back to 2-1. Ricky May's taken a knock. Scott McKay comes on early, just before the halftime break. And since we've made that change, brought Le Terrier back, rotated it back a little bit, possession's evening out. Well, we are getting shots, and maybe, just maybe, the big man to the rescue again. We'll get it back to 2-2. Okay, well done, guys. Well done. They're back in the game. They're back to 2-2. They can have a praise for that. A good ball in, and of course, Scott McKay is the first to meet it. 2-2. They've rescued it from where it was. We can still win this. Just a bit. It's kind of worked. It has kind of worked. Since we've brought Le Terrier back, we've seen a little bit more control from us. But we need that to keep going. And in fact, do I have a centre mid on the bench? I don't. I've got Upton and Clark. So I don't really have an option to bring onto the midfield. So having the Terrier in there who can play there is pretty useful. Kolodinsky, you've cleared it, but you've got to do better. Over the bar. Okay, fine. Possession very even. It's a very even game. I mean, again, I would take a draw from 2-0 down. You would absolutely say, yeah, that comeback and take a draw is absolutely fine. Let's drop it onto balanced. Let's lower that tempo again. And, yeah. Just try and calm things down a little bit. Because Windsor are pressing, and they look like they're pressing high and trying to control things. They are getting momentum. Trying to give Kennedy an encourage didn't do a thing. Didn't change anything. Okay, but we have, again, taken... This is such an interesting one. Okay, Jones for the Terrier. Really curious. Really curious. Okay, Terrace is a bit tired, and he has scored a really good goal. So I'm going to bring on Upton. That'll be our last change. Not long to go here. They're playing with caution. We kind of calmed it down, went on to balance, and we got a really positive change out of it, even if that momentum is currently saying red, is that going to mellow out, or is that just going to be the end? No, yeah, look, it did. It mellowed out big time. It went back to us. So nothing in that second half. They kind of had their period of dominance. We then had our period of dominance. We had double the amount of shots, double on target, better XG, more corners, less fouls, better passing, and better possession. So more or less, we played a good game from 2-0 down, rotated it back a bit. So we're thinking, okay, playing our regular two strikers at the top, wasn't really doing it. Brought the midfielder back, kind of rotated it back a little bit. And I think it was a good... I mean, it seemed to work. Sometimes it is like you're just messing around for 90 minutes, being like, will this work? Will this work? Well, we'll try this instead. And you're just kind of throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. But in that game there, it did feel like we would make a change, a tactical change, like a midfielder comes back or a midfielder goes up or just changes the line or whatever. And the next 10, 15 minutes would actually see us kind of dominate, but not get the goals to go with it. Which is curious, I suppose. I'm thinking maybe next season, part of our squad upgrade is going to have to be, can we find a player that has very, well, not very good, but like better long shots? Because if we do find that, there's genuinely a decent chance that we can score more goals with our take long shots on, or, just like shoot on sight on, which I think is probably a good thing. But it will require maybe like, we've got to find a player that does everything you want to do, or does everything that the current players do, but then also adds that I can shoot from distance and it's more likely to go in. Because you can kind of see, like, we've got players that do very well at specific things. Like McKay is obviously a bit of a force on the headers and jumps and scores those headers. May is quite quick. Takeda's good at the free kicks. He seems to score those. He's good at the penalties. Hillier's a boss in midfield. So, like, we do have these players that can do these specific things very well. Okay, Dimitri is now on heavy there, but everyone else is looking okay and can play. I don't think Kennedy did bad. I mean, he didn't look like he was happy, but maybe giving him some more game time wouldn't be the worst thing. So let's do that and then swap them over and let Woods be the slightly more creative and Kennedy slightly less. Terrace played well. Ambrook's all right. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start this game with Chadwick just a little bit further back. And we're just going to see how that affects things, because I'm thinking that should affect things in a positive way, and we should really be able to kind of not only dominate possession, but just, like, give up anything. Like, we shouldn't be giving up a thing. Look, they haven't lost in 5, though, so they're coming into this on a good bit of form as well. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, so we are currently 10 points clear with the draw that we're currently on. Bedfont down to 3rd is outrageous. We're sitting at 72% early doors here, but I want to see that stay steady across the first half. Okay, yep, good start. Having shots, nothing on target, but that it kind of comes with the territory. Jones gathers, and are we going to play this out? That's what we should be doing. Look at the shape we've got. So Chadwick kind of rocking it here. Isn't the worst? It's not terrible. Takeda should be able to knock this back. Is unable to. Bamberg made a mistake, and we get away with it. Bamberg makes up for it. Boulay does get it, and it is offside. But Bamberg did make an error there, which is not great. Yeah, like I say, possession is high. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, Leterrier goes back, and then once again, McKay comes on early. That's so unlucky for Kennedy, because he doesn't play nearly as much as the other midfielders. We get him in there and he gets injured. And I can't help but feel bad for the guy. Bamberg, play it out. All the way back? Alright, fine. Jones to Terrace, maybe find the winger. Yep, Abdullah. There'll be a pass in behind, if not just into the middle. There it is, Woods. Takeda's in a good space. Still is. Goes back. Hillier out wide. Okay, now we just got to try and get it into McKay. Chadwick from distance. Chadwick! That is why we shoot from distance every now and then. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, 1-0. We'll watch the replay of this one because it's a pretty decent shot. Hillier goes out left. Abdullah. I was thinking maybe McKay gets in behind here, but Chadwick just takes a touch and hits it. It's a good shot. It's 1-0. Gonna drop that calm down. Inches wide, only a header. Wasn't really dangerous. All good. Currently moving 12 points clear, but of course Virginia Water and Bedfont have a game in hand, which they'll play probably when I'm playing the Cup. I assume. The Vars. I'm good at the minute with continuing on taking those long shots. What I'm actually thinking of doing is maybe Takeda comes back and we kind of do a little bit of an odd kind of rotation here. Just before the end of it, because I want the strikers a little bit higher up, just being able to take those shots. They've had a yellow and they did have a chance, but that is half time. Keep on going. Just keep it going for now. I'm going to go with I'll go with nothing for now. Positive's fine. Instructions. Yeah, fine. We'll go work the ball into the box now. Let's see if it does have a good positive impact. I don't use it a lot. I tend to stick on my shoot on sight. Hillier, that's really silly. That's really silly. It's literally a minute into the second half, and you're going to give away a pen. And Jones saves it because he's an absolute machine, but come on now. Well out. Or Bamberg, counter, send it. Or just keep going. Now you've got to pass it. It's a free kick to us. I mean, you're a centre back. Pass the ball to the attacking players. Yeah, I want a bit more. We haven't scored in. It's been mostly them in this second half, so I want a bit more. And in fact, I want more in general here. I'm thinking kind of like that. I'm thinking get the ball in the danger area a little bit more. And in fact, Press that even more. Okay, we're getting more shots and we're getting more shots on target as well, which is exactly what I wanted. But I see, this is the thing. I like us taking those long shots. I can't help but feel like we're kind of stumbling towards the title at this point. Okay, let's keep it calm here. Let's just rotate this again. Just kind of like spiraling my midfielders in different positions, and it does feel like every time you make a little change there, you get a bit of momentum back because someone moves into a different spot and the other team kind of take a second to get used to it. They're like, oh, he's changed his shape. Like they've moved a little bit. And of course, their XG is going to be better than ours because they had a penalty. But I would love to go 2-0 here. Boulay into a great space. Oh, it's just about dealt with. Well, that was a really good chance. Goodness me, that was that should have been 2-0. Okay, let's see what we can do from this throw-in. We scored in the first game from a throw-in. Hillier finds Bambrick, back to Hillier. Into Boulay. Back to Leterrier, to Takeda. Out wide. Yeah, Boulay. I mean, we've gone from attacking their box to just being all the way back here. I mean, it's good to hold the ball this much, but that was the that was it. That was it. Okay, cool. Look, we take 1-0. We take a pretty solid performance. I mean, they should have gone to 1-0 and then we would have had to kind of go and look more attacking, but I can't help but feel like we are a little bit just stumbling towards the title here because 2-0 down, back to 2-2, and then 0-0 second half. 1-0 from a bit of a long shot, 0-0 second half, giving away a penalty. We take 4 points, and empirically, 4 points out of 6 is not a bad episode. Performance-wise, feeling-wise, emotion-wise, like, it wasn't an absolute solid 2-0, keeping things under control the entire time. Like, we did get over the line, but it wasn't super controlled, and our attack does seem to be stumbling a little bit. Now, we've got a good amount of a break before this next game, which is, of course, the cup game. You're not having Clark, no, and you're not having Terrace either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim forward to this cup game, and then see if, like, there's maybe some midweek league matches that are being played, because the fact that they have a game in hand on us kind of makes things interesting. So Ottershaw are playing North Greenford, who are down there. Doesn't really affect us in the slightest. Ottershaw take the win. They're in 46, so they're not out of it at all. They're doing pretty well. There it is. It's a Saturday game for us, but you would think that the rest of the league are playing. Except, of course, who we would be playing. But is there midweek games? I mean, we can check that. We can go check it. So, players removed. Woodrow scores again. That's good. He's out on loan. That's good. That's fine. Let's go check the fixtures here. So, yeah, okay. There is nothing. It's just all going to happen on Saturday. So, Bedfont are playing Uxbridge. Uxbridge, they're in 11th. It's really curious. I would be saying at this stage of the season, 3 points back on a team is very little. It's one good performance versus one bad performance. 6 points back, you're thinking 2 performances. 48 is where it's at. But if Ottershaw win, they're on 49. If Rayners Lane win, they're on 49. If Hanworth win, they're on 46. If Burnham win, they're on 45. So the games in hand make it really interesting. Hard to know what the points tally is going to be. Which is interesting. Either way, we shouldn't be worried about that. We should be worried about just getting draws, getting wins over the line, and seeing this one out. Seeing this one through. Because if we look at the stages and we go back to those previous seasons, 75 wins the league, 78 wins the league, 83, 74 from us was not enough. 75, 78, 73, goodness me, and we weren't in that division at that point. So 22-8-8, 15-8-15, that was not a good season. 26-12 when we lost in the playoffs that season. 29-2. So it's just the fact that we are dropping so few points, that we're not losing as many games. 7 games to go. That is a maximum of 21 points. Could take us to 90. 75, 78, 83, 73, 70. 67. This is ridiculous. 73. So you've got to think 70 plus. We're already at 69. We should be confirming this real soon. Like next episode, maybe. We should be confirming this. Thanks for watching, guys. We take 4 points, which is kind of what I said I would be happy with. But it does feel like we're stumbling. Trying to prevent that is now the task. Until next time.